Welcome to Gunung Padang, Southeast Asia's largest and most debated megalithic site, hidden high in the mountains of West Java, Indonesia. From the outside, it looks like a terraced hill of stone, but beneath those steps are claims of deeper layers, possible chambers, and age estimates so extreme they could rewrite the timeline of civilization. Is it a relatively recent ceremonial complex, or the outer shell of something far older? Today we're peeling back the mystery, layer by layer. Gunung Padang sits on a hill roughly 30 kilometers southwest of Cianjur and about 90 kilometers from Jakarta. Reports of the site go back to the Dutch colonial era, with accounts in the early 1900s describing researchers noticing large stones arranged in unusual patterns. For decades, attention was sporadic. Local visits and surface observations in the mid-20th century, followed by preliminary surveys in the 1970s and 80s that confirmed something important. This wasn't a single pile of rocks, but a broad, terraced complex. The investigation changed dramatically around 2010, when geologist Dr. Danny Hilman Natawijaja, linked with Indonesia's scientific institutions, pushed for deeper study using modern tools. Instead of only mapping what's visible, teams began scanning below the surface with ground-penetrating radar, seismic tomography, and targeted radiocarbon dating of material trapped in soil layers. That's when the story split into two competing timelines. Early radiocarbon results around 2011 to 2012 suggested the upper visible terraces belonged to a relatively recent construction phase, often cited in the range of roughly 500 to 1,500 years old, similar to other megalithic sites in the region. But deeper probes reported older signals. By 2013 and 2014, some teams argued that lower layers could date back to around 9,000 BC. And in the most controversial claims, perhaps as far as 20,000 BC, along with the suggestion of man-made structures or chambers buried inside the hill. If even part of that older timeline held up, Gunung Padang wouldn't just be important for Indonesia, it would become one of the most disruptive archaeological sites on Earth. What's undeniable is the engineering on the surface. The complex covers roughly 900 square meters and is built from rectangular andesite blocks, a hard volcanic rock. The stones form multiple terraces connected by stairways, with retaining walls made from columnar volcanic joints that look almost like stacked stone pillars. Some individual blocks are said to be several tons, and the largest reported stones reach up to about 7 meters in length, with claims of weights exceeding 40 tons. Moving and placing rock like that on steep terrain would have demanded serious planning. Levers, rollers, coordinated labor, and possibly animals, turning the whole site into a prehistoric logistics problem as much as a monument. Then there's the purpose. Many researchers view Gunung Padang as a ceremonial center, but some propose an astronomical role. Terraces and stone lines that may align with solar events like solstices or equinoxes, similar in concept, if not in form, to other megalithic traditions worldwide. That comparison is one reason the site attracts so much attention. Stonehenge, for example, is usually dated to roughly 3000 to 2000 BC. If Gunung Padang truly contains construction layers far older than that, it would push complex megalithic building deep into the last ice age, an idea that mainstream archaeology treats with extreme caution. Recent geophysical surveys intensified the debate by pointing to large subsurface voids or chamber-like spaces. Supporters argue these could be buried rooms, earlier construction phases, or storage/burial areas sealed beneath later terraces. Critics counter that underground anomalies don't automatically mean human-built chambers, and that indirect dating and mixed soil layers can produce misleading ages if samples aren't clearly tied to construction. Beyond the science, speculation blooms. Some claim carvings or markings hint at distant cultural links, even across oceans. Others compare the site to Nan Madol in the Pacific, another place built with massive basalt logs, assembled with surprising skill in a difficult environment. Whether or not those connections hold up, the comparison underlines the real point. Ancient societies could move and stack stone in ways that still feel impossible. So Gunung Padang remains a puzzle with two faces. On the surface, it's clearly a major megalithic complex, carefully terraced, intentionally built, and engineered with hard volcanic stone. Beneath the surface, it's a battleground of interpretations: natural hill versus constructed core, modest age versus civilization-shifting antiquity. And until the deepest layers are excavated and dated beyond dispute, the site will keep asking the same haunting question: how old is this mountain? And what exactly is it hiding?
The Indus Valley civilization, nobody actually knew that it existed until it was accidentally discovered while a railway was built. Then they found that this culture had had a language, a fully developed written script. It's about 5,000 years old, but there isn't a single Rosetta Stone that enables us to translate that script into any more recent language. If you wish to pass information to a distant future, if you wish it to be preserved, you wouldn't be smart to just write it down.
Welcome to the mysterious and ancient city of Mohenjo-daro, one of the largest settlements of the Indus Valley civilization and a marvel of prehistoric urban planning buried deep in today's Pakistan.
Since the discovery of the Indus Valley civilization, we have to accept that civilization in India is at least 5,000 years old.
Now, let's unravel the secrets of this place, explore its sophisticated drainage systems, the iconic Great Bath, and decode what secrets might have existed in this magnificent city over 4,000 years ago.
I want to know what else is going to be found that hasn't been investigated yet at all. We're just touching the edge of a huge mystery.
Mohenjo-daro, situated in the Sindh province of Pakistan, is a key archaeological site from the Indus Valley civilization, also known as the Harappan civilization. Its name, translating to Mound of the Dead in Sindhi, hints at the mysteries buried within this ancient city, offering a unique glimpse into one of the world's earliest urban societies. The site was discovered in 1922 during a broader archaeological survey of the Indian subcontinent conducted by the Archaeological Survey of India. Rakhaldus Bandyopadhyay, known as R.D. Banerjee, stumbled upon what he initially thought was a Buddhist stupa in the Larkana district. Further investigation revealed the ruins of an ancient city, predating any known Buddhist settlements, marked by sophisticated urban features like baked brick structures.
They found that there were these actually very, very sophisticated, very complex mud brick structures on a very large scale.
Major excavations kicked off in 1924 under Sir John Marshall, the then Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India, and his deputy, Ernest Mackay. Their efforts unveiled an advanced city with a well-planned layout, efficient drainage systems, brick houses, granaries, and public baths, all indicating a highly organized society. The excavation methods were quite methodical for the time, involving grid-based trench digging which allowed for a clearer understanding of the city's layout. Marshall also emphasized the use of photography and meticulous on-site notes to document the findings accurately. Among the most remarkable discoveries was the Great Bath, suggesting the site's use for ritualistic or ceremonial purposes, alongside a sophisticated sewage system that highlighted the city's advanced urban planning and sanitation awareness. Post-1947 partition of India, Mohenjo-daro became part of Pakistan, and new excavation phases were led in the 1950s and 1960s by Pakistani archaeologist Dr. Ahmad Hassan Dani. His work helped uncover lower layers of the city and explore residential areas that had not been previously excavated.
There's a lost civilization which is now accepted by archaeology within relatively recent memory, and that's the Indus Valley civilization.
These later excavations focused more on understanding the daily lives of the inhabitants, with numerous artifacts such as pottery, tools, and ornaments providing insights into their daily activities, trade practices, and cultural aspects. As archaeological techniques evolved, later excavations at Mohenjo-daro incorporated modern methods including stratigraphic analysis, which aided in more accurately dating the city's layers. There was also a significant emphasis on using refined conservation techniques to preserve delicate artifacts and building materials exposed during the digs. From the 1970s onwards, efforts predominantly shifted towards preserving the integrity of the site, as it faced threats from salinity, waterlogging, and deterioration of materials. In recognition of its value and the need for protection, Mohenjo-daro was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1980, which helped attract international attention and funding aimed at preserving and protecting this ancient window into early urban life. Continuing from the intriguing discoveries and preservation efforts, the urban layout and architecture of Mohenjo-daro are indeed remarkable, reflecting a level of sophistication and scale that's astounding for its time period, around 2600 BCE to 1900 BCE. As a critical part of the ancient Indus Valley civilization, this city offers profound insights into the early techniques of urban planning and architecture that have stood the test of time. Mohenjo-daro spanned at least 1.5 square kilometers, with some estimates suggesting it might have covered over 5 square kilometers at its peak, making it one of the largest cities of its time. The city was meticulously planned with a grid system, dividing it into a lower town and a citadel area. Streets running north-south and east-west sliced the city into well-organized blocks, demonstrating the urban planner's keen grasp of design principles. Residential blocks were designed with precision to ensure uniform appearance from the outside and direct access to street-side drainage, reflecting a controlled approach to urban development and adherence to municipal regulations.
Is knowledge preserved and passed down through the ages? Yes, I think it is.
The city's drainage system was extraordinarily advanced for its era. Each house was connected to a street-side drainage channel through individual drainage pits, a setup that showcases early mastery in sanitary engineering. These drains, constructed from baked brick and gypsum mortar, included manholes at intervals for maintenance, features that would not be out of place in a modern city. The buildings of Mohenjo-daro were primarily built using sun-dried and fired mud brick. Baked bricks were particularly used for constructing bath and drainage structures to better withstand moisture. The architectural variety within the city was notable, with homes ranging from small single-room dwellings to large multi-storied buildings, indicating a society with socio-economic diversity. A typical house featured a courtyard surrounded by rooms, providing light and air to living spaces, with some houses boasting 2 or even 3 stories. The standardization in brick size, typically measuring 7 by 14 by 28 centimeters, suggests there was a centralized system for the production and distribution of building materials. Most materials for construction were likely sourced locally, given the abundance of clay in the Indus region, ideal for brickmaking. However, special items like the large stones used in some public buildings might have been sourced from further away and transported to the site. When we compare the urban planning and architectural sophistication of Mohenjo-daro with that of ancient Egypt during the same period, a fascinating picture emerges. While the Egyptians focused more on monumental structures like pyramids, constructed from large stone blocks quarried from distant locations such as Tura and Aswan, the people of Mohenjo-daro excelled in creating a functional urban landscape that prioritized civic amenities and residential comfort. Building on the sophisticated urban planning and architecture of Mohenjo-daro, the archaeological site is also renowned for some extraordinary artifacts that shed light on the cultural and technological advancements of the Indus Valley civilization.
We're going to see more physical evidence for this, more as time goes by.
The dancing girl is a captivating bronze figurine, merely 10.5 centimeters tall, capturing a young girl in a dynamic pose with one hand on her hip and the other casually dangling at her side. The level of detail in the figurine is remarkable, showing off intricate jewelry and a detailed hairstyle that points to a highly sophisticated sense of aesthetics and craftsmanship. This small statue is not just a piece of art. It highlights the advanced metalworking skills of the time, being one of the few metal artifacts discovered at Mohenjo-daro. Another significant find is the so-called priest-king statue, a small steatite sculpture standing about 17.5 centimeters high. It depicts a male figure seated, adorned in an intricately engraved robe and wearing a fillet around his head, which might have once held a feather or other decoration. The sculpture's serene expression and the precision of its beard trimming suggest meticulous grooming and possibly a high social or religious status. Some scholars believe this figure might symbolize an idealized form of leadership or divine authority, integrating both political and religious power, though it may not represent a specific individual. Perhaps the most architecturally impressive discovery at Mohenjo-daro is the Great Bath. Located centrally on the Citadel Mound, this large pool measures roughly 12 meters by 7 meters and is about 2.4 meters deep. It's constructed from finely fitted bricks sealed with a layer of natural tar, making it waterproof, an advanced construction technique for the time. The Great Bath is believed to have been used for ritual purification rites, reflecting the civic and religious practices of the Indus people. The structure was ingeniously fed by a well, and an adjacent drain allowed for the emptying and cleaning of the bath, indicating a sophisticated management of water resources. Comparing the Great Bath with Roman baths brings interesting insights. Like Mohenjo-daro's bath, Roman baths were central to social and religious life, going beyond mere hygiene to serve as gathering places for social interaction and ritual practices. However, Roman baths were typically more complex, featuring varied temperatures across different rooms and incorporating technologies like steam baths and underfloor heating, showing different scales and advancements in engineering. An intriguing theory related to Mohenjo-daro's significance within the Indus Valley civilization is the hydraulic hypothesis, which suggests that the city served as a religious center coordinating the management of an extensive system of irrigation canals. This hypothesis proposes that the city's leadership wielded both political and religious authority, crucial for managing the water resources vital for agriculture in the arid environment.